got, know what I want. Boy, don't get me wrong.
Hello, you guys. It's me, Lavelle Lycan.
It's your boy Jaheim.
This is your boy Double A. What's up, everybody?
All right, and we're here for the Clutch and Chill podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Today, we are talking about the all religion.
Okay, for that run.
It's the religion of it all. We are getting into religion, and the topic has been talked. It's been going through people's heads. Most of y'all are scared to talk about, so we gonna talk about it. So let's talk about it. All right, y'all. What is religion?
To me, religion is something that you believe in. It's what you practice. That's what I believe what religion is.
Religion to me is definitely a belief. It is something that has been handed down from many generations from our ancestors, families. Definitely a belief that is, I would say, definitely strong, not just in like the African American community, but just through the people as a whole.
Strong belief, a term of faith and worship for several people, no matter what they believe in. Everybody's believing in something these days, especially during the time that we're going in. So religion has been a very major topic to us all. On my next list of this long questions that we need to be talking about, do you feel everyone has a religion? Everybody believes in something, or do you feel like, I don't think these folks believe in nothing. They going crazy. What do y'all feel?
Me personally, I don't feel everybody has a religion. I don't feel like everybody believes in the same thing. There's people out here that I feel that are like free spirit. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in Jehovah. They don't believe in nothing. It's like they just wake up just to live and do what they have to do, if that makes sense.
I would say that I believe that most people, pretty much everybody, has like a religion. A lot of people may identify it as something completely different, and just kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying, a lot of people will use the term religion as, obviously we go to church, this is what we believe in, God. And then we have the others that say, okay, but I don't believe in God, I'm a free spirit. And they believe that free spirit is a form of religion. They may not use the term religion because they feel it has this tie to Christianity and Catholic and Muslim and all that kind of stuff, when in all actuality, everyone believes in something, whether it's the universe, of energy source, or you know what I mean. Everyone has this thing that they put as a form of religion. We just don't want to use the term religion because that makes us seem too churchy or just too holier than thou. So I do believe that everyone believes in something. They just identify with the term differently than we do.
So you just think they identify it with like free spirit, or they just don't have like a
basically someone to say, okay, I'm a free spirit, or I believe in an energy source, or I believe in you believe in this thing, this entity, and we look at that as a term of, okay, this is religion. My religion is, okay, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, he died on the cross for my sins. Okay, I talk to my friend, okay, well, I don't believe in God, I'm a free spirit. Okay, so you may not believe in God, but you believe in something. And you just don't want to identify that as a religion, because I think overall religion is just another term of belief.
So I'm kind of like in between with both of your answers. I do feel like there are people in today's world, and where I'm coming from is the new generation versus the old generation. Some people are raised and brought into those schools and those vibes and those families where religion is a main source, main key, and that's the type of religion whatever religion you believe in. But I also believe that there are folks out there today in the new generation that are not really thinking about religion. Like, they're just going through their day and have no belief. I do feel like those people are out there and they're just like, okay, well, I woke up today. Nobody, not really praying, not saying you have to pray to just be in religion, but I'm just saying I don't think they have any type of source or thought process in that, just going about their day.
A lot of that, honestly, listening to it, when you said this a lot too in your statement, a lot of it is new generation. And when I look at the new generation, a lot of teen parents, a lot of younger parents who just did not want to go to church. A lot of us went to church because either A, we were forced to go, or B, it was just, I just love going to church. This new generation today, it's like, okay, well, they're not dragging their kids to church. A lot of these girls that are like toting babies at 18, 20, whatever, it's like they're not going to church. They're out here trying to pop it out on social media, or, it's like, okay, they don't have that religious upbringing. So like basically in my religion, we believe in the train up a child in the way they should go. So for like what you just said, okay, well, most people believe in just getting up and da 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 da, but at the end of the day, you're believing in something that you think is okay, well, so again, you're taught to believe that because of the environment that you're in. So if your parent is like, okay, well, we never go to church, we get ourselves up, we might sit down and watch church on TV and that's it. That's what the younger generation is believing now. You know what I mean? So I think that really ties
Scared
into
of the
like
real
your
world.
statement. I'm sorry.
I said people scared of the real world.
Right. So I just feel that I mean not disagreeing with you, but it's just really the upbringing of the new generation.
Let's just say we're all three in a different group, or we're all being separated into groups of people. In a group of people gathering, would you say someone religion would make you not want to talk to them?
Absolutely not. Like for me, I don't want to say okay because I'm a Christian. We should love one another as Christ loved us. That's what I've always believed. But there are some Christians that we love to use the word hypocrites, and there are some out there. But for me, I've always looked at it as I kind of consider myself a Christian 2.0. So I know the word, but then I know how to kind of adjust it to today's terms because we're not living in the BC times right now. So I would say, especially for my environment, because I work with so many different personalities every day, and everyone has like different views on religion. Some are atheists, some are just all over the place. But that does not make me look at you any differently. We may have different views on what we believe is going to be our end once we leave this world, but that's not going to change how I feel about you.
Me personally, again, no. Just because you believe in something, that doesn't mean that I want to force you to believe in God, because I'm not that type of person. Me personally, I could be friends with a Muslim person, but at the end of the day, just don't push your beliefs on me. As long as you believe something over there, I believe something over here, and we go about it respectfully. I don't think we have to, sit down and talk about things like that. That's just like
I agree. I say for me, I feel like, if there is a gathering, I would be, I guess by me being so nosy, I would be more interested in to figure out what actually is going on in their religion. Of course, especially if it's something that I'm not, known about. Like, oh, like you were saying Muslim, like, oh, okay, so what all do you do over there? Like, what's going on with this? Like, what's going on? How do y'all pray? How do y'all do things? What do y'all actually believe in? What, things that get these people to drive and have faith in whoever they believe in. Like, I would be more interested in certain religions, I'll say. Let me clarify that. Certain religions I'll be interested in. Not everybody.
And then just to kind of jump in that one,
interesting.
I would, given respect to everyone's religion, don't be so quick to shun someone out. Give them respect, because I think a lot of people are just, the moment someone sits down next to us and they just say, you know what, just throw the cross upside down. And da, 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 da. Like, we immediately get so offended by that, and it's like, okay, well, you know what? Let's hear them out. Don't be so quick to like shun out another religion. You know what I mean? Just be welcoming to everybody.
Welcoming to everybody, but if a person sits up there and comes up to me and says, oh, like, throw the cross out, this, that, and the third.
Right. Like, if someone were to say
I'm
that,
not sitting down having a conversation with that person. That's all I'm going to say.
And that's why I said certain religions, because there's like
That's
certain
what I
things like we all have our own beliefs, but I do feel like if somebody like you were saying, like just walked up and was just like, oh well, forget this, or I don't believe in this, and just being disrespectful about it, then I do feel
Right,
like
but
okay,
that's a
well
different,
now we got issue.
that's a different thing though. Like, if someone's blatantly being disrespectful to you and to your practice and everything like that, then absolutely, you dismiss yourself from the conversation. Whatever makes you uncomfortable, you remove yourself from the situation. But if somebody is just like, okay, hey, this is what I believe or whatever, it's like, okay, cool. If you feel there's like a window of opportunity for you to kind of introduce somebody into something different, because again, like I said, you don't know that person's upbringing. So this is probably what they believe at the moment, or what they were introduced to because of the environment. But again, if you miss that opportunity to kind of share your insight on what you believe, you never know what you could be doing in that person's life. So that I always look at that as a ministry moment. You never want to like force your religion on somebody, but when you see that there's an opportunity like, okay, then you take it. But if someone's just being rude, then obviously, that's a different conversation.
What are some of the symbols of your religion, and what do they symbolize?
Mine would be the cross because I'm a Christian. As we all know that Jesus put his life on the line for us. They got it nailed to the cross. So, just for us to live, as they say.
I would definitely say that mine obviously is ultimately going to be the cross. And just when I think about it, like honestly, it's probably one of the most famous symbols in Christianity and for most religions. But for me, it definitely does carry a lot of weight because of like just the story alone. Looking back at what he actually been through, I don't know if anybody on here has seen like The Passion of the Christ, actually seen the movie. For someone to come down and, none of us would have been able to like just even endure any kind of punishment like that. I don't think none of us would have been able to do that today. So I definitely would say that's probably one of the most powerful symbols.
Well, we don't have no creation. We just got an A.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. I did my research and I was just like, look. I'm like, wait, really? There ain't no symbol? We got an A. We got an A. It's an A that looks like a chemistry symbol, but it's cute. But
you gotta send it to me. I want to see it.
So I do have to see you that so y'all can see that. But it's like an A atomic wheel. Looks like science. So next thing would be symbolizations. How do you feel? Oh, speaking of science, how do you feel? Or do you think religion conflicts with science? Does your religion conflict with science?
Yes. I will say that it does because I think a lot of people look at Christianity as, okay, it's just something to kind of go to when you have nothing else. Like, for example, like we can definitely use the coronavirus right now. A lot of people have mixed, feelings on it. This was just something that was man-made. Like a lot of people go to religion when science has no answer. But as a Christian, we are taught to believe that, our answers and problems do not come from man. And I believe that wholeheartedly because, like, yes, we have cures and vaccines and things like that. But at the end of the day, like, where did that creation or that process come from? This person didn't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to cure like chicken pox. You know what I mean? Like, where did the vision come from? So I just feel that to me, that's just, what I believe. And a lot of people tend to think that science is, well, hey, we have a cure for this. So what is your God doing? Okay, that's fine. But a lot of cures have actually killed some people too as well. So it's like at the end of the day, we try to put our faith in man. When we put our faith in religion or God, for my side of the story, it's more so, okay, hey, medicine sometimes is not always the answer. So yeah, it does conflict a lot. So I think it's just something that people don't want to accept, that, science and religion there's no mixture.
You on that? But then I have because it's like when people say they don't believe in medicine and things like that. Obviously we pray to God or whatever, without a doubt. But obviously doctors, they go to school for a reason. And I'm not trying to say every medicine out there is good or whatever the case may be, because obviously that's not the case. But do we question medication because of our religion?
No, it's not necessarily like a question.
New question.
I would feel that it's more so like, okay, in your praying or whatever your religion is or whatever you choose to do. Like, no, I'm speaking for the ones that are not Christian.
Oh,
yeah, this podcast is for everybody. So, like, the ones that don't believe, it's like, okay, well, like you just said, people go to school for this. This is what they, were born to do. I want to, save lives. And there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you to the ones that are doing it. But at the end of the day, like, you could go to school and have a doctor's and, like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, I've created this medicine or I'm giving this person this medicine and it just blows up in your face. I think that you should always still go to the source. Like, yeah, you want to take care of yourself, get medicine, get treatments and stuff, but then also keep an open mind that, okay, hey, God, if this does not work, you are my plan B. Don't go to God when it's like, okay, well, medicine didn't work, I'm just dying, like, heal me. And I think that's just the biggest thing that, a lot of people like to say they're hypocrites because it's like we ask God for things when it's appropriate for us. When it's like, okay, if you know that you have a disease and it's starting to spread or whatever, or people who start to find out they have cancer, let me run right to Cancer Center of America. But pray about it. Ask God for direction because maybe He does not want you there. He may want you at another facility.
Well, I'm glad that was brought up because, and specifically, and I'm glad y'all kind of like really touched that without me even have to explain anything. But like from everything I was taught, from science to medicine to everything, and us as being agnostic, we have a very essence of science. And when it comes to science, it's dealing with whether ancient or modern. It simply means that man shall not say he knows or believes that which has no scientific grounds, professing to know the belief. Meaning, as in how you were talking about medicine and things of that nature. Our religion is more like, oh, like, okay, that's cool that, how we were talking about in the circles of groups. That's cool, you have that. But in us, we're looking like, okay, so you're saying that your head hurts, you prayed for it, you're healed. But then all of a sudden you take a Tylenol. We're skipping the whole Tylenol. We're in those line of threads. That's like, okay, really? Like, so we
But
just
see,
and that's why when you said jump to all of a sudden, oh my God, like let me pray for it. I'm just gonna get healed all of a sudden. We are fine
that
with I'm
right
like,
there,
okay, like
I'm
really?
sorry, like I have to cut you off with that one right there because that right there, that line right there, what you just said, is the reason why a lot of people run from Christianity, why they run from the church, because it's like, oh well, I prayed to God, it didn't work when I wanted it to, and everybody has to understand that okay, He is not going to give everybody everything right then and there when you want it, and I think that's why it's like okay, but science can. Okay, it can give you that instant, like we like to call it a microwave blessing. Okay, you can put anything in the microwave, heat it up, boom, there it is. That's what science does. Okay, you can take any kind of pill, any kind of drug, and it cures you for like 2 months. The next thing you know, okay, why is my cancer coming back with like aggression? Why is this like, okay, but I took medicine. You know what I mean? So instead of trying to get that microwave blessing, I'm not saying don't take medication, don't consult your pharmacist or anything like that, but do not put your faith in man. Do not put your faith in medicine because at the end of the day, when we are all men, we all bleed the same way. So when that does not work, then what? That's how I feel.
And that's why I said when y'all talked about like that kind of like that back and forth was just like, oh well crap, this is already planned. Like look, pop popcorn, I ain't got to say too much, we good. But for like as we go through, as we get more into the next step, what is your view on same sex marriages or homosexuals in religion?
My views on it, the times are different. Curiosity was obviously made there for a reason, and a lot of people may not agree with me on this, because Adam wouldn't have bit that damn apple. So, curiosity, it makes you curious to things, and I'm not trying to say, because I don't think that we were all born gay, but I don't know, if you're trying to get what I'm trying to say, like, I just don't think that, I gotta help a brother out, because I'm trying to figure, that's why I shouldn't be drinking.
Lord.
I get where you're going with that.
I get it, yeah.
My
Like 'cause you said Adam and Eve.
my view on it, and it's just such a like a touchy thing with this day and age. Like I get it, we look at homosexuality as probably one of the biggest hindrances that God is just like, oh my God, like why are these people out here doing it? Because I want to stay on topic, like with the question. It's just one thing that kind of just throws me with the whole homosexuality thing in religion. When it's like, okay, we're not supposed to have sex before marriage. We're not supposed to do a lot of things that we just tend to like, let's boot this to the side and just say homosexuality is just the end of your life. Like, this is just it. So I look at it today as, people celebrating life, people who, if this would make you happy, live your life. Now, when it comes to the religious side of it, it is written, that, man should not lay down with man. It was designed for man and woman, not man and man, not woman and woman, or men trying to be women trying to be men.
I agree
like
with that, but at the end of the day, we can't sit up there and hold that one accountable because of the simple fact that it also says that we're not supposed to have sex before marriage, and there's a whole lot of whores out here, you know what I'm saying, and getting pregnant at the age of 16. No
Right,
shade
but
to
I'm
them, but
not
it's
saying don't hold them accountable.
we're not supposed to be drinking either. But hey, we still do that too. I
Right,
don't
but
think we
so,
supposed to
but
be
What?
smoking.
Y'all
I
religion,
think
baby.
that at the end of the day, like they say that there are accountabilities for action. So we may not like the old saying says, like you're not gonna bow now, but you're gonna bow later. So at some point, regardless if you believe in heaven, hell, whatever, like there is an accountability for all actions performed. It may not be done here. We don't know what the next life brings or whatever, but it's just when you look at it as a religious point of view, a lot of religions go against it because that I can pretty much say that's the one thing that all religions kind of line up together with is that it is wrong. Oh well, I'm living happy, but this goes against what they believe. Because for me, yes, it does go against what I believe, and like I said, but I don't judge nobody. So again, it's just something
I
that
mean, they go against what we believe, but now it's like, how do you stop your life?
you're not stopping your life, but you've made a choice. Just like God has given us all free will, you chose to go to the left. So it's like, that's your
We
choice.
chose
That's
to
your
go to the
decision.
left.
I'm sorry.
We chose to go to the left.
I'm saying it as a general statement. Like it's not directly at you. It's directed to everybody that is a part of the LGBT community or whatever you're trying to do in your life. Like if you want to be curious, if you want to explore, experiment, whatever, like you made the choice. Like you made the choice to live your life. So now you have
Mhm.
to go through life with, the hate crimes, you've chosen to walk in that life. So now walk in it.
And
So
do
now
But
remember
at
this:
the
the
end of the day,
same
that's what I feel like when
religion.
it comes with religion and things like that. It's like if they're gonna focus on that one, especially when it comes to homosexuality, they need to focus on all the things that we ain't supposed to be out here doing.
And you have to
That's when
remember
they
if
stop
it's
being hypocritical and hold them all accountable and not just one.
but
mhm.
again, like none of us have been given that power to cast judgment or hold authority and to say which sin is greater than the other. At the end
They
of the
are
day,
bad. At the end of the day, if you're gonna
yeah,
sit up there and this is what I when it comes with religion and things like that and Christianity, because I've heard a few people saying why do you like men this that and the third. First of all, ain't none of your damn business of why I choose to lay down with a man. That's number one. But at the end of the day, if you are going to hold that one sin accountable, you need to be that same Christian that holds every single thing accountable. That's just the way I look at it. Because how
oh,
you gonna
believe me,
sit up
they
there
all
and say that
do.
you have I'll use this for an example. You have a gay like a gay child, but then you have a daughter out here having sex. I guarantee you, especially in a lot of religious homes, they'll throw that gay child out to the side because of the simple fact that they chose their life to be gay. But then the daughter over here, she ain't married and she having sex, but they not saying much to her. It's all right. Again, she's sinning, like she's having sex before marriage, and the same thing with a man. They're having sex before marriage. You got men out here actually giving their sons and everything like that, permission to go out there and sleep around. But then if it's with a man, oh, they got a problem with that. I'm not.
Well, I
At the
think
end of the day,
overall,
it's
like
all
it's
about
been.
upbringing. It's all about the environment and just how people were raised and how people view those decisions. Because there are those strong traditional families that have those religious morals and values where, yes, it is a lot straight and tighter. And you have the ones that are more loose and free spirit that is just like, oh, well, we love everybody. This is how we were brought up. And then, there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, like it's always going to be black, white, gay, straight. Like it's always going to be just you're on this side of the fence, you're on that side of the fence, this side of the rainbow, that side of the rainbow. Like it's always going to be
All
there.
I'm
But
saying is they just need to hold every single sin accountable if they want to hold that one accountable. That's all I'm saying. We can't sit up there and give them a pass because, oh, this is in the Bible that we can't lay down with men or women can't lay down with women. No, if you are going to practice by the Bible, practice what you preach.
yeah,
And
that goes to the hypocrites.
Indeed. I'm sorry, Lavelle.
okay, I'm scared to speak. Yeah.
You
All right.
good?
Well, we
Speak,
know that's a
John.
very long, lengthy topic. Good gosh. But I was going to say, at the end of the day, it's all about the religion that these specific, people have. So yes, basically like what y'all were talking about with that religion, but there are specific religions where people do feel like, this is not allowed or this is allowed, and then are practicing these things. And I think that's where we roll down into that tumble of curiosity because it's like, okay, if I'm raised to go completely right and I'm seeing everybody else, or having a Pacific friend or something like that, or in school, and they're going left, why can't I go left? And then that's when you get that curiosity where everything has literally just been like, okay, everything's been, crossing the patterns. We're doing all this stuff, and a lot of people in their religions like really hate that, like really go against that. But I feel like in this decade and age, for instance, that rolls me back into the following question, which was how even the Pope now, how it's now accepting the same sex. And it also states that not only are they doing that, because that, everybody was like, oh, like, wow, when did this happen? Why is this happening? But the Pope has said homosexual people have a right to be in a family. They're children of God and have a right to a family. Nobody should be thrown out or be made miserable over it. And the Pope said that. So that does show, like, I feel like then, and, back in the days, there were some very strict rules and cultures and things. But as people grow and get older and see how things are going and what's, how life is changing, people are starting to change and religions are starting to change and adapt as well.
To get off topic just a little bit, because think about it. If we were all the same and we followed by what we're supposed to follow and practice our religion, think about how life would be. And we're all the same, like it.
Rules will be more strict.
Originality. There's no.
Well, originality is one thing, but it's almost like rules will be strict. Chaos will be more ordered now. It's like, you literally know, like, plans of order are supposed to be taken. And if you're out of order, then consequences are taken. And I feel like that's when you have those situations and places and movies that come from where folks have done something, they get penalized or beaten, and it's all brutal and just blessings that we do not live in that today.
Oh, amen. I wouldn't have survived.
So that goes to my very last question of this very religion podcast that we have is name one of the 8 elements of religion and what does it mean to you?
Beliefs, and mine would be the Bible. Obviously, that's like a big thing in Christianity between the Old Testament and New Testament and how we're supposed to read the Bible and so I'm going to say that one.
You're going with beliefs?
I'm definitely going to go with mode of worship. And for us, for Christians, like, we don't necessarily direct all of our praise and worship to a statue or to candles or things like that. And that's not to bash anybody else's religion, but I would say mode of worship definitely is probably one of the most important ones for me, just for the simple fact is that you don't have to be in the church. You don't have to be, at the altar to praise God, to give God glory. Your worship is anywhere you can get down on your knees or cry out to the Lord. Like, it literally can be like in your closet. People have those prayer closets. People, will go like in their bathroom or just anywhere, like anywhere where you can call out to his name. That's a very, very iconic symbol. And most religions, oh, nope, you have to be clean. You have to take a bath. You have to do this, and this, and then you go pray. God said, come as you are. So, and it didn't say you had to be at the altar. So definitely mode of worship.
Mine has to go with UNITY, which is community. Because I feel like everybody, no matter what religion you are, no matter what you believe in, whatever's going on, you all are in a community. So you got these people that believe something over here. These people believe in something over here. You always got people practicing the belief and system and buying the same ideas. And with all that, it creates that community of whatever that belief that you have or whoever's out there, whatever y'all going through, y'all in that community. So as we wrap up this very religious and very topic demanding, I want to know from our viewers, our listeners, and comment in our Instagram. Tell us, what you like, what you dislike, what y'all want us to talk about next, how things are going. We all want to know because we're all online, we're all communities, we're all here to communicate and share different opinions and everything. So if there's something on here that you feel like we missed, let us know. If there's something we need to talk about, let us know. I'm your boy, Lavelle Lycan.
It's your boy, Jaheim.
And it's your boy, AA Anthony X Anthony, you guys.
And this is the Clutch and Chill podcast.
We out.
And we out.
So we're having fun. but it don't mean that I'm in love. I like you a lot.